I know I shouldn't be starting this video like this, but I already talked about this game in my last video at the very end. This time around though, I just got all the miscellaneous trophies while beating the game. Nothing new. My best friend bought this game and account shared with me since I was the only person with access to his account who had a PS5. So I had the chance to play this game. This game is just a DLC, like for the first game, like really. Same mechanics, same map, but there's new abilities and powers, but because you're playing as a new character. In my opinion, this game is slightly like worse than the first game. Slightly. It has new mechanics and powers and characters, because you're playing as a new person, which is super dope. Spider-Man with extra moves, that's cool. But it's not as long compared to the OG, and it has way less collectibles and activities. This game is essentially the length of one act in the first game, and the first game has 3. But in this story, you're playing as the new Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Peter Parker, the old Spider-Man, is on vacation for the week across the seas. So you must overlook New York on your own. As a new underground gang forms, you must learn to take them down before they start a gigantic gang war with an already existing gang. This game is an easy platinum. No difficulty related trophies or missable ones. All the trophies and collectibles are obtainable after you beat the story. You just gotta beat the game twice. Once normal, once New Game Plus. And that really sucks because like 70% of the cutscenes are not skippable. So you gotta rewatch every cutscene again essentially. Which really damn sucks. But 9 out of 10 game, I recommend playing it out. Trying it out.
Go time? Go time.
I already talked about this game in my last video. Me and Kirsten both made an agreement not to play the PS5 version until we both got a PS5, so then we could play the game together again. It had a chapter select, so we just skipped to the end of the game and all the other chapters that had trophies. The game's still a 20 out of 10 for me. Please try it out. The PS4 version of this game was my first ever platinum, and it's still my favorite video game of all time, and I will get a tattoo of it eventually for sure. I already talked about this game though in my first video, obviously as the first clip. There's no trophies auto-popped, so I had to give the entire platinum again. 10 out of 10 game. I actually originally played the PS5 version, but there was a trophy that was bugged and was literally unobtainable, so no one could get the platinum. So the next best thing was to play the really downsized PS4 version. The PS4 version looks really bad. Like, really bad. I got a game a month after its release, and I've always been a FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's fan since the first game came out, so I was excited to play this one. This game's not the best, it's still a tiny bit buggy, and it's not low res anymore, the PS4 version is, and a tiny bit laggy. Gigamonty still fucking rocks though, let's go. But I enjoyed the story when I played it. The platinum is a medium, there's no difficulty setting, or any missable trophies essentially. You just gotta do a couple different endings and grab a bunch of collectibles, which I did make a guide for if you ever need help with that. This game's a 7 out of 10 for me though. I did enjoy it, and you know, if you got nothing else to do, I recommend picking it up. I got both the Among Us plots back to back, so they're in just one video together. I heard that Among Us was coming to console, and I figured might as well play it and platinum it. And I actually don't have any friends that play this game. Hell, I didn't even have a friend group to play with at the time. I just still got it because it was just $5. If you don't know what Among Us is, then I'm assuming you've been blocked off from the internet for the past 4 years. I'm not going to explain the story of the game. We all know it, okay? The platinum is easy, but it's a little bit grindy. It's like kind of luck based, or not kind of. It is luck based. If you're not boosting the trophies in private lobbies. If you are boosting though, it's like a 7 out of 10. I like playing it, but if you're not boosting and you're just doing it solo, it's really tedious. If you want to hear my thoughts on this game, go to where I talked about the PS5 version earlier, timestamp down below. I played the PS4 version in late 2021, but never came back until 3 months later. None of the trophies auto-popped, I had to get every single one again, because I played the PS5 version first. I remember going to one of my high school friends' house in the summer of 2016, and was playing zombies on his PS4. I immediately wanted to play Black Ops 3 whenever I got myself a PS4. I played Black Ops 3 mainly for zombies. It never really occurred to me to care about the campaign, and I did play a good amount of multiplayer, almost as much as zombies at the time at least. I did though eventually play campaign, and I asked someone for help with it, but that was like years later. I'm not gonna talk about the campaign of Black Ops 3 though, because it's just an acid trip of a game. The platinum is hard as hell though. You gotta beat the game on realistic difficulty, which means you have to one shot of health. You gotta get like every cam on every gun, like do every single challenge accolade. You gotta like beat the hardest. You gotta do the training grounds on the hardest difficulty. The zombies is a 10 out of 10. Like 0 out of 10 for campaign, 5 out of 10 for multiplayer. I don't really recommend going for this platinum. It's really damn hard.
What you're seeing is Advanced Warfare.
Like I said before, my first Call of Duty was Black Ops 2, so I couldn't wait to play the next one. Me and my cousin kinda glossed over Ghost, but we were excited for Advanced Warfare. We even went to the midnight release of the game, which was on a school night because we were in middle school at the time. I do know that a lot of people don't like this game, but when I look at it, I have this tiny bit of nostalgia for it, for all of its modes, because it was like my second Call of Duty. If it like basically, I beat the story on the PlayStation on PS4 in 2019 and got most of the trophies, but for some reason I never went back to it until 2022. The story though takes place in 2054, where we play as Jack Mitchell, an ex-Marine that lost his arm and joins the Atlas Corporation, run by Jonathan Irons, aka Kevin Spacey. Atlas is a private military that gets hired by governments to battle in their wars. As Mitchell and his squad, we must stop the attacks of a terrorist group called the KVA and their leader Hades. The platinum isn't that bad actually. You just gotta beat the campaign on the hardest difficulty, grab some collectibles and miscellaneous trophies, and do some stuff on Exo Survival. Like, I kinda wish I platinumed it earlier, because it wasn't that bad. The 7 out of 10 game, not that hard to plat. I recommend going for it. I don't really know when I first saw anything about this game. All I knew that it was like a rated R Minecraft, which is kinda accurate. It is a survival game where you can make whatever you want, and there's monsters that you can hunt, but with blood and a couple extra stuff. I gotta be honest though, this game scares the crap out of me, even on the no enemies mode, which is peaceful. The story of this game though is that your plane crashes on a small remote island that no one knows exists, and the island itself is covered with cannibals and monstrous mutants. Your son gets abducted by a mysterious red man, and you must traverse the island and its secrets to find a way to find your son. The platinum is a medium. You can do almost all the trophies on peaceful with no enemies, except for a couple where you gotta like kill a couple enemies for some trophies. You could also get almost both the trophies solo, but you also gotta get a couple trophies in co-op. I recommend playing the game with friends, because I actually had fun playing it with friends over solo. The game's a 6 out of 10 game. It's fun with people, but I probably won't return to it, at least by myself. Oh man, this game. I played the first two Arkham games in 2013 and 2014, and I fell in love with the first one. The second one, not as much, but I still loved it too. The Return to Arkham set, which is Arkham Asylum and City Remastered, was one of the discs that I got with my PS4. I also got Arkham Knight, but I didn't plat that, so I'm not going to talk about it. I love this game so much, though, where I think it might be my favorite superhero game. I don't know for sure, because I really like the other two, and Spider-Man and Miles Morales. But the Arkham games are just what you looked at on how to do a superhero game. They always were the best. Like, they're still good, they're still really good, but there's new superhero games that are out, which isn't bad at all. These are just the OGs. You always gotta have nostalgia towards them. In this game, the Joker, who's played by Mark fucking Hamill, breaks out of Batman's custody. Batman, who's played by the late great Kevin Conroy, you know, the voice of Batman, the guy who you hear in almost every show and game, who voiced Batman in multiverses. But anyways, the Joker breaks out and helps all the patients of the Asylum break out. They must stop him. There's a lot of references and Easter eggs in this game, where you see all these iconic villains from the series make an appearance in here. The Platinum is hard. You gotta beat the game on the hardest difficulty and get all the collectibles. That's not bad. The hard part is getting every medal on challenge mode. You gotta get specific objectives in stealth. You gotta have literal perfect runs on combat. I asked a friend for help on those since he wanted to do it. He loves Batman. But, 10 out of 10 for the story. But it's not very fun to platinum. Yay!
Nice move, Bat. Thanks for showing me that.
Predator Gold.
Hey!
I had a friend who told me I should try out Overwatch in late 2018, and I did. And I loved it, to the point where it became my most played game of all time. I love Overwatch, and its story, and elements, and mechanics. I say loved, because I'm honestly on my last straw with this game, and how the developers are handling it. And I can't really with this game anymore. I'm not here to talk about my feelings for the game though right now. I'm just here to talk about my past experiences. I've made so many friends on this game, it's crazy. The characters are all unique and cool and lovable, where they have a whole fandom. The story is all really complicated since there's 30 plus heroes now, and they all have their own unique stories to tell that are all webbed together. So I can't really say the whole story. The platinum is actually pretty hard. You gotta basically master all the 21 OG characters and get 2 trophies per character, and include their ultimate and their abilities. And it's pretty hard getting decent at least 21 of them, especially when they're all unique and have their own mechanics. I got most of the trophies on this version by myself, just by playing the game. I boosted the last ones. I really loved this game, where I played it obsessively for 4 years, and made heaps of friends and have so many memories of it. It will always have a special place in my heart, but it's just going down the shitter way too fast and too much. I love this game, but I just don't recommend playing it now. It's honestly just now a lost cause.
Hi. Hello. Not good.
I also played this game well before I got my PS4. I love this game also, but not as much as Asylum. This game though takes place 3 months after Asylum, where all the prisoners in Gotham are transferred to one gigantic, heavily guarded prison in the center of Arkham, and Bruce Wayne gets kidnapped and brought there. You must stop the many supervillains that are in there also, including Joker, Mr. Freeze, the Penguin, Bane, Harley Quinn, Ra's al Ghul, and even more. It's amazing. The game is a perfect sequel, and it's definitely the best Arkham game. I really like this game since I only played it a couple times as a kid, but I still have some nostalgia for it. But I like it more as an adult. Now that I played it as an adult and platinumed it, it's pretty good. The platinum is a little bit easier than Asylum since they made combat more easy and forgiving. Because in Asylum, if you don't attack somebody within 2 seconds, not even that, your combo breaks. But this one's more forgiving on that. I asked the same friend for help on this game, so I mainly only did all the collectibles and stuff. He did the combat challenges and stuff like that for me. He actually enjoyed playing it so much that he did the other characters, like the DLC, without me even asking. This game's a 10 out of 10 game though. I recommend it for the story, but maybe not for the platinum.
We'll meet again.
I honestly don't really care enough to talk about this game. It's just another LEGO game that I platinumed because it was free, and LEGO games are easy platinums. I'm sorry for being a buzzkill about it. I just don't really care for LEGO games anymore. I just platinum them because they're easy. I really, really loved the first Horizon game, where I couldn't wait for its sequel. And man, did it deliver. It's an infinite better version of the first game in my opinion. More characters, more tribes, a bigger world, more machines, more weapons. I really love this game. Yeah, like I said, it's a definite step up from the first one. The first one's not bad by any means, but this one just saw what was like really damn good in the first one, and just pumped it with steroids. Like this game was a Game of the Year contender, without a doubt. The story though takes place six months after the first game, where Aloy is still looking for a Gaia kernel to restore Gaia. If you don't know what Gaia is, then I don't know what the hell you've been watching this part. She has to travel to the Forbidden West, which covers the west side of the United States, like California and Nevada. I don't know if there's an Arizona or Oregon, but maybe. I don't know for sure. She's encounter a new tribe that's split into 3 clans, but they all have the same goal and beliefs. They're just divided amongst the world. The platinum is pretty easy. You just gotta beat the game and do a couple of side quests and grab some collectibles. And you can do all that after you beat the game. There is a missable trophy, I think, where you have to scan the boss. Because there's a trophy like you saw earlier, all machines type scanned. I think the boss still technically counts, but they could have patched that because they patched shit like that before already. But again, back to the script. For the PS4 version, I just had to do everything again since I did the PS5 version first, and it doesn't auto pop backwards, only from PS4 to PS5. The game's a 20 out of 10 for me though. I very recommend platinuming it. Not even just playing it, platinuming it. It's that fun and easy and amazing. Like, you want to. Once you play the game, you want to platinum it. It's a very fun experience with a lovable characters and amazing world. I very much recommend it.
Let's hope it stays that way. This looks like a dig site. Need more tags. I'll have to drop them off at the Grove when I get a chance.
I already platinumed this game, so if you want to hear my thoughts on it, it's timestamp below. I originally played this game on the PS5 version, this one, but one trophy was bugged where nobody could get it, and that's the final one, the Shatter All animatronics. You could shatter all the animatronics in the game, but the trophy wouldn't pop for when you did it, which is weird. So I had to get the platinum on the PS4 version first. But enjoy this Gigamonty gameplay, bro. It's fucking awesome. I can't believe I got some. I'm so happy that I captured some. Look at all of them. So fucking cool. There's like fucking I got like 30 of them. I actually didn't platinum this game. One of my other friends was platinuming this game for our other friends in our group, and he offered to do it for me, and I said sure. He said he loaded saves on the PS5 version, so that's why the plat time is really damn fast. Like he saved right before every trophy on the PS4 version, so he just loaded them on the PS5 one. I never played a Souls game before, so I don't have the best wisdom or advice on them. I don't even know the story, since it wasn't even me that platinumed it. And I can't say if it's a hard platinum. But I'm assuming it's probably easy, because there's a 10% people have it. And that's like kinda high for a Souls game, I think. But yeah, since it is a Souls game, I'm assuming it is pretty hard. I'm sorry for the no gameplay and just a black screen. I'm not gonna pay $60 for a game that I'm gonna play for 3 minutes. I already platinumed this game, and I covered it in my 26 to 50 platinum video. So if you want to hear my thoughts on this game, it's in there. The only trophies that auto-popped were the ones involving besieging a character. I had to get every other trophy manually, but thankfully it was easier to track because of this one thing with the PS5 that tracks your progress and stuff called Trophy Tracker, which is super cool. I was actually going for the platinum this time, but I wasn't 100% going for it. But I was still trying to make progress. I did stream me getting the platinum though, but I had a little tiny tantrum about the match not going my way in the end. One of my friends was platinuming this game on our other friend's account, on his PS5, and he asked me if I'd like to use the same guy's account on the PS4, since we both use the accounts just on different consoles, and now would get trophies too. Same thing with the next game. I don't really know the story of this game or the series, though. The platinum is a little bit harder than the last one, but because the later the entry, the more complex the puzzles are. Thanks to my friend Kirsten Kraus, though, for helping me get footage for this game. Same thing about the last game. I had a friend play with me while I was helping another friend. I still don't know the story of the game in series, but this is definitely the hardest out of the three, but it's still easy. The puzzles are just way more complex in this game. Thanks to my friend Kirsten Kraus for helping me get the footage. I helped her get the platinums on both games also, and we will be playing We Are Here to Forever pretty soon also. I actually don't even really know what to say about this game. It was free. I heard it was free from someone, and heard it only took 2 hours, and I was like, sure. But yeah, it's a free game where you play where you're a bunny with a gun, killing robots and freeing other bunnies. I don't think there's any story for this game. That's just it. The platinum is really easy though. It'll take you like 2 hours of platinum. I recommend playing it for the easy platinum, and it's free.
Well, Cuphead and his pal Mugman, they like to roll the dice. By chance they came upon a devil's game, and gosh, they paid the price.
The friend that did Elden Ring for me did this game also, without me even knowing, until he reached like the second island. I later asked if he could finish it eventually. He said sure. And then he did the DLC for me too without me even asking me either. The story is that two mugs gamble their souls to the devil, and must fight everyone that owes him their deeds in order to get their souls back. Cuphead is a very well-known game for how hard it is and how beautiful it is, like the animation. Based off all the people I've seen play it, I probably wouldn't have this platinum if it weren't for Travis. The game is so beautiful, like based off what I've seen, and the animation is so smooth. Since I didn't platinum it, I can't say how hard it is, but I'm assuming it's pretty damn hard.